Let's go over 4 relatively easy steps to protect your Google account and make sure you will always have access to the files you keep on Google Drive. So we'll start first with two-factor authentication. What two-factor authentication means is that before you're able to log into your Google account, it will send you a text message to verify that you are who you say you are because your phone has been linked with your account. You can also use an app, so if you have the Google app and you don't have good cellular reception, but you are on Wi-Fi, then you can receive a message through the Google app as well. So let's look at how we set up that. Once you click on the icon up here, you can select My Account. And once you are at My Account, or you can just go at myaccount.google.com and log in with your school account, you'll notice there is Signing into Google option here. And then all you need to do is enable two-step verification. So you'll click this and you will go ahead and follow the instructions and you will be all set up. So that's all two-factor authentication is. You go to myaccount.google.com, you select the sign-in options, you go to two-factor authentication, follow the instructions, and now you won't have to do it absolutely every time. If you use a computer, the same computer a few times, you'll only need to log in once, and it won't really ask you to type in a cell phone message again for another month or so. But then if you ever sit down on a new computer or new device, you will have to have your cell phone handy. Now, this next trick is about offline accessibility to your Google Drive. Let's say that you have no internet access, or there's something wrong with Google Drive, that it's down, or something for some reason you can't get to drive.google.com on a browser. And so on your computer, if you use the Google Drive Sync tool, and now it's called Backup and Sync. Before it's just the Google Drive app. But what I can do now, because I've set this up, is I can double click on any of these files, and even while I'm offline and it says that I'm working offline, I can work on all of my files that are on Google Drive, continue to do my work, even if the Google Drive website is down, and once it's back up, and once I'm back connected online, it will resync all of the changes that I've made. And it's not difficult to set up. I'll turn my Wi-Fi back on, and all you need to go is go to Google Docs or Google Sheets or Google Slides, any one of the 3 main apps that they have, and you'll notice all 3 here, there's a settings option. And in the settings option, you will be able to select offline, and you want to make sure this is active. You want to make sure it's active for the same account you use for to sync your Google Drive. You do not want to have your personal one enabled. You're only allowed to have on each computer one offline service available. So if your personal one is enabled, it won't let you do this for your work account. So, but once you have it enabled, then all your files, they will trust that you are who you say you are, and you can go ahead and open and edit all of the documents. Because without the internet, before you're able to open any of these documents, Google will want to verify that you do have the required permissions to open and edit the document. And if you don't have internet access, it can't do that. It won't open any of your files. And so even if you've stored everything and Google Drive is down, you won't be able to open anything. That's a big problem. So make sure you have either this Google Drive tool or Google Drive Backup and Sync, and that can be from drive.google.com. You can download the app right there to sync all of the files on your computer. And then from any one of these Google Docs, Sheets, or Slides, you will have this settings option. You want to make sure that this is checked. These last two are real quick. To check your authorized apps, every time you sign in with Google on a different website and use your Google account to authenticate, you're giving certain permissions for other apps to access some sort of information from your Google account. Some apps require additional information, like, for example, the ability to edit your files. And that can be really helpful, but you want to keep an eye on what type of apps have access to your account. And we'll just go right back to apps, myaccount.google.com. So back to where it says sign in and security, you'll notice apps with account access. And we can manage these apps. And I log into a bunch of different things and they have access. So if I log into, if I check one of these, I can see that all it has access to is basic account info. It can see who I am, and that's no big deal. The ones that are a little more concerning is the ones that can manage my files. So this one can just view my files, and so not such a big deal. So what I'm looking for is if I see any one that I don't really use very often, I don't really need, then I can just remove that access and limit how many, like this one for example, I don't use anymore. The site went down, and so I just removed it. So you want to keep an eye on that. You don't want to have too many crop up here that you aren't familiar with or you're not using. You can just cut them off to make sure that they don't have access to your account. Okay, last step is to check your browser extensions. This one's pretty easy. If we go here, we can right-click on any of these extensions and we can manage extensions. Extensions are usually seen in these little items up here. You can add on to Google Chrome to make it do all sorts of extra things. Like Grammarly is one of the most popular. For example, it not only checks your spelling and everything that you write in Google Chrome, but also checks your grammar. But you can just go to Chrome/extensions. So Chrome://extensions. If you don't have an easy way to just right-click and go to extensions, you could always just type this in. And you can see all of the extra add-ons that have been added to your browser. So you want to keep an eye on these to make sure that nothing strange or unfamiliar is added to this. If you do see something that you're not sure about, you can just uncheck it or trash can it to delete it altogether. And that's it. If you have any questions, by all means, just let me know.